Okay. Oh, I don't need these on. I'm not talking to somebody right now. That'll be later. So I'm back again. Trick times. I am not doing another review today. This is my last one right here. But before we dive into it, let's give a big shout out to our sponsor, SpinWiz Comics at spinwizcomics.com. Your one-stop shop for all your free comic book needs. That's right, I said free. Download their app on both iOS and Android, absolutely free. As long as you're logged into the app, you can read free comics and get credit for it. That's right. Every page of comics you read gets you an entry into their monthly, quarterly, and yearly giveaways. Check it out for yourself, SpinWiz Comics at spinwizcomics.com. And here's what it can look like on your smart device. That's right. Creator-owned comics is their tagline of choice. So anytime you want to, go public with the SpinWiz Comics guys and just give them a shout out if you like what they're doing, tag SpinWiz Comics and then use that creator-owned comics tag. There's lots of great stuff on there. Over 400 issues, more stuff added weekly. Go check them out for yourself. But right now, we are going to talk about Dynamite. There we go. Issue 2, these covers from Perella are insane, but Dynamite puts out so many covers, I won't chase any of them anymore. If I get a cool cover, I do. If not, guess what? The inside of the book is exactly the same. Yes, this is our review copy. They are lovely enough to send us review copy of a lot of books that they have coming out. This one just came out this week, issue 2. Dynamite, D-I-E. Of course, in the tags, I have to take out the exclamation. Otherwise, it'll break up, and I would have just hashtagged die, which would probably get me flagged. So there's 5 issues of this story. Like I said in a little mini write-up, I like any big encumbering story that will involve my favorite IP character from Dynamite, Vampirella, in a larger story. I like Red Sonja too, of course. So let's get into the credits of the book here. Declan Shalvey and Fred Van Lente are co-plotting this entire 5-part arc. And this issue was written by Fred Van Lente. The artists were Vincenzo Caruso and Pascal Qualano. Colorist was Kiki J. Diaz and Hassan. I can't read between the yellow letters. It throws all the white off. Hassan Asmani. I can't pronounce the last name. I'm sorry. So Hassan was the letterer. You can, when you buy your own copy, if you don't have it already, go out and get it. And make sure you read this story. It's pretty cool. It was promoted as kind of like a Halloween story. So it started right around Halloween. And I think probably some shipping problems happened. I don't know, Diamond. And this is what happened. It came out just a little bit late. But it is what it is. It's still a really cool story. And they're pretty much involving just about every character that they have currently is in this, really. Just about. Not every, but just about. Lucio Parella did the main cover, and in the back of the book, you'll be able to look at the cover gallery, and it will show you, the 79,000 different covers and all your choices. And I was always partial to the they call them the cosplay covers now. Cosplay wasn't a thing. It was just the photo cover. I will still call it the photo cover. But we're just going to take a look at like the first couple of pages, and then I'll just talk about it and give my rating, and we'll be done, because it's only supposed to be a 5-minute review, and I'm sure I'm past 5 minutes already. So Vampirella is on a ship heading back to Draculon, and I didn't read the prelude to this, so I jumped into like issue 1 of this story, so I don't know what happened beforehand, if anything happened, or if number 1 was it, and you're just accepting stuff that's happening as this is it. So Vampirella in this is an ambassador from, of course, Draculon, and she's bored, probably because she's not killing nothing yet. Yes, I said yet. Spoiler. This story involves Red Sonja. The same storyline that's happening, except for Red Sonja, it's in the past because she is in the past, not the present because it's Red Sonja, Barbarian Age. There we go. But this is kind of like an old school rendering of Vampirella. The super high white collar, the famous Frazetta earrings, and she got like a little frayed white cape and the ghoulish grin. But you go back to Earth, where we have a first encounter this issue with Peter Cannon, a.k.a. Thunderbolt. Yes, Peter Cannon Thunderbolt is in this. The superpowers from Dynamite are in here. So like Black Terror and Miss Fury and various other characters. I don't actually know all their names because I haven't read that stuff in years. But, then you see the pilot was zombified. So there's some kind of curse, and it's going through the entire, I have to say the entire quadrant, because it affects Vampirella's ship, other ships in that area. And it has affected Mars. So John Cotter is on Earth, but he's an old man at this point, but he mentally travels to Mars. So he, his out-of-body experience, so he's a young man again and lands on Mars. And Mars has been hard hit from this as well. And it showed like a few quick panels with John Cotter, and then it was done. You got to follow the story. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more on Mars next time. Marla, this elderly woman, is actually Miss Fury, like the original Miss Fury, who has been around in a bunch of stuff. There's a different incantation of Miss Fury over at our friends from Silverline Comics, have their own version. Marla Drake, room 1941. Pretty much sure that's when Miss Fury, the character, came to be, was in 1941. So that's kind of funny. And one more page. John Cotter, his old man body, when he left his body, his old man body died and was taken over by this plague, curse, vampiric sickness, and they're just going at it. And that's all I'm going to show you from that, because that's all you get to see in the previews. Ba-bam! All right, I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. As you know, artwork on horror books, a lot of times they go for the grungy old school look, which I like, because it takes me back to my childhood of reading like the old Charlton Ghost Story comics, or the old DC horror comics back in the 70s and 80s. And it's cool. It's not that it was bad art, but it wasn't Fantastic art. It was still very good. It was enjoyable. Issue 2, you get a little bit of Red Sonja later on. You also, spoiler alert, cover your ears if you don't want to hear a spoiler. It's only a little spoiler. It's a Smiley spoiler. That's right, Smiley, the psychotic button, is actually appearing. Why? Because except for Lady Death, Dynamite owns all of the Chaos characters. So there's that. Haven't seen any of them in here as of yet, but one never knows. Please check it out for yourself. 3 out of 5 stars. The story's coming along. It's not a, wow, this is so good, I've got to have issue 3. The cliffhanger at the end of this issue made it so I got to have issue 3. And I'm not gonna spoil the book anymore. Just came out this week. If you haven't picked up issue 2 yet, please do so. Head to your LCS, contact them on social media, tell them you want this issue. If you order your books online, you can contact whatever online distributor or seller that you use and purloin yourself copies of Dynamite from Dynamite Entertainment. This is Will. I will be back shortly with another episode of Creators Outlet tonight with, staying on the horror theme, Rich Davis, the creator and writer of Cult of Dracula, with some big news for that series. And that'll be tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So join us with your questions then. Until next time, peace, love.